Hello, everybody. This is Love from Above from your Sibling Spirit Guides. I'm Maureen, and this is my brother.
Hey, Maureen. Hey, everyone. This is Brian.
Hey, Brian. On this podcast, we share daily channelings we receive from star beings, ascended masters, mythical beings who really exist, and occasionally our ancestors. And boy, Brian, like this podcast is truly astounding. We recently did one about Archangel Gabriel, the channelings we've received from them. But this one, we hear from the one creator. I mean, wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised with this too, because I just didn't think, that we get messages from, Source or God or the one creator, but that we got two actually from from them. So yeah, that was pretty shocking to me when the first time I saw this. So, but yeah, I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so the topic is you are part of something greater. The one creator speaks. And we've gone through the archives and come up with some other sessions too that relate with regards to guidance on energy flow, removing blockages, releasing worries, recognizing that humans are part of a greater whole rather than isolated individuals. And we're going to end with a prayer, which, wow, I mean, we've gotten some specific prayers over the years, but this one is really a beautiful and powerful intention to or end your day with, right, Brian?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So you want to kick us off with the first one, which is from the all from April 30th, 2026.
Yeah, darling, when we enter the circle now and congratulate thee on the eternal revolutionary stands within your guiding compass, we applaud the inclusion of other mighty beings to your cellular self. We see these additions as necessary adherence to process the fullness, the richness of your individual life. We congratulate the brother on assuming the greater responsibility for the connectivity of his loving young ones. We remind him that they are in full capacity of individual connectivity on their own. We admire their internal reflections required to process additional data points. The Hallowed One wishes to enter your space now as you are completely relaxed. He speaks for one and all. Hello, I am here. I am the one, the all, the creator who is worshiped and adored. The entry point from my locality is distributed throughout the human frame. You may feel me with the tickle of the pinky toe, or with the twitch of a knee, or with the graze of an elbow. I am ever present and all beings for all time. There's no separation between us. The prayers that are offered daily and submissions are indeed welcomed and received by all who can encompass the generosity of their spirit. I come today to speak of the wedded partnership, the group community, the childhood classroom. These are all opportunities for humans to dwell with the other, not the rebel rousing antagonist conflicts that occur within your government halls or within your corporate edifices. We wish for peace and prosperity to reign within all four walls, whether they be homes, offices, apartment buildings, condos, places of work, places of rest for those in need of healing. Our general response to all incursions into the heart is to create a dwelling place of rest for what is an incursion but an opportunity to heal within. This healing takes place instantaneously when the incursion begins. It's as if you're at the hospital when the injury occurs. Still, sometimes the healing requires days or decades to complete the fruition process. I wish to open humanity's eyes to the possibilities of love that exists before them. I wish for humanity to see every offering that comes their way, whether it be a wave on the seashores, a breeze that blows by, a bird that flutters before their window, a generous heaping of oatmeal in their breakfast bowl. All of these are gifts of love. Receive them as such, and you shall be in good and worthy company. The time for the chat is ending. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Brian. We shall open the doors for further communication. So, yeah, it's a great message, and I'm just still in awe that I think is is it the next message or somewhere you said that, oh, the one very rarely communicates, but it does come down to we believe, and that God is not external, that God is in every one of us, and as they said in this message. But what's your biggest takeaway from the message?
I love that. I love that all incursions to the heart are an opportunity to heal, and the healing takes place the moment the incursion happens. It's like you're in the hospital when the incursion happens, but it may take decades or minutes or whatever to fully play out. But I love that imagery. And yeah, I mean, I'm just astounded. I mean, I was astounded when from a lot of the beings that we've heard from, and beginning with Thoth, the Egyptian god of wisdom and writing. I mean, that's how our journey began, was with messages from Thoth. And yeah, it continues to expand and grow in ways that I think neither one of us could imagine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like how, they talk about all the opportunities for humans to dwell with others and not rebel rouse and deal with antagonist conflicts. So, yeah, I think we've read that, like actually when you those type of like protesting thing, it's actually providing energy towards what you don't want in any
Right.
way. But so I think that's another thing. But yeah, I think it was a very interesting message, and so grateful that we were able to share it with all of you, because I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really profound.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I'll go on with the next one, which is from June 12th, 2026. And yes, if that was a miracle, we get the miracle repeated. The one who speaks for all comes forth and acknowledges the greatness of this loving pair. The one who showers all with rightful acknowledgement of their important place in the universal dance speaks now. The one who comes forth and acknowledges others as the rightful reflection of themselves in his or fullest glory. The one who always knows and yet rarely speaks now. It is I am one with all. I forgive all. I forgive all trespasses and worry not about the heavenly recreation of my perceptions on earth. I come now to assuage fears of thee. I come now to relax the worries and the fears of humanity's never ending chaos. To say that this mirror of my perfect love is a horrible reflection or a misconstrued misperception is incorrect. All glory comes to those who recognize the true beauty of every second and every day. I adjust the head of this one and speak lovingly through her now. She is deeply rested and can acknowledge the greater source of energetic flow at this time. She is wise to subsume her own possibilities for the greatness of the whole. This is a trivial act, but one that can be magnified in the personas of other great ones. For each and every one of you is greatness, is goodness, the glory of all that is fully manifested now. Not in the future, not in the past, but now. To fully express this energetic equivalent is to harness the power of all that is. Are there days where you feel like you swim easily among the sea, and other days where it feels like an arduous trek uphill? Check not the details of the day, but for the pure source of your energetic flow. Once corrected, all shall flow smoothly, regardless of the incursions upon your life placed by family, friends, workmates. We wish to acknowledge the greater glory of the all, the structure of which you humans are beginning to ascertain. It's as if you're just beginning to wake up to realize you're a part of a greater movement. You are not the single butterfly in transition. You are part of the whole signature change of universal adaptation. We say, welcome, embrace you always. We are happy that you can now acknowledge your fully righted position as an accompanying soul. Love the light of all that is. To recognize the greater structure that surrounds and envelops you, to ascertain and assist with the quality of the days. You experience much joy when fully enveloped within the structure built to support you. How can you drive a car when you are not seated behind the wheel, engaged with the pedals and the steering wheel? This is our analogy for the human trying to work through the matrix on their own. You were never built to survive individually, although that is often prized within your culture. You move as one. There is no I ever. Rest assured that our greater glory exists now in this moment. We wish to adjust the timelines of past incursions, which will reduce the fearful imprints. We begin now and shall remove these imprints, which can serve no greater glory. Rest and assure that all is politely engaged and you are part of the greater whole. Amen. Wow, Brian, I don't even know where to begin with what touches my soul in this one. What about for you?
Yeah, there's a lot to, take in on this one, but I think the thing that I was thinking about is, it's a great message. There, you're never, we're all one, that it's not just, in our society, it's hard for people to imagine this, but everyone thinks they're all individual and everyone, but, it's really, we're all one we're all connected, and so that's what it talks about. The other thing that is interesting, we've talked about this, we've read about things about this, but again, they're adjusting timelines of past incursions to reduce fearful imprints. But isn't that amazing? They can change timelines that would happen in the past. It's hard for me to just to fathom, but so, and
Yeah.
again, there's multiple timelines that, you know, that's a whole nother thing. There's multiple timelines on your path now, but I'm not getting into that. But anyway, so there's just a lot to comprehend, but I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's a session that you could repeat again and again and still find something out of it. But yeah, we just our most recent podcast we recently did on, reunification with the one, and you're not, as it said, the single butterfly in transition. I mean, we are, and that's a message that I know you repeat often is that, you are surrounded by guides and you need to work with them and they're here to help. And whether they're star beings or ascended masters or angels, or they're here to assist you. So, and I like that concept is it's not like they're separate from us. It's literally they're part of our structure. They're part of the matrix. We are literally all together, and so it's only beneficial when, we can't drive the car, as the analogy is. We can't drive the car. We have to work with those that are around us within the matrix to come to a greater whole. Yeah, it's an amazing one.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so I'm going to go on the next one from May 12th of 2026, energy of your being. Darling one, we come to us now. We embrace you and your divine holy brother. We congratulate you on the naturalness of the flow of your eternal self. We speak now of this flow. Does your energy stay stagnant? No, it grows, it moves, it dances, it delights in the human form. The flow of the energetic capabilities within the human is only now being fully realized. To access this flow is to access the eternal ones who guard and supply your every need. Imagine you were living in your basement closet when the entirety of the mansion above was available for your routine inspection and glorious inhabitation and fully realized. Glorious inhabitation of your fully realized self. What are you inhibiting? What are you stopping from entering your world? Do you want a loving relationship but are unsure how that would begin? Do you want a new job but can't imagine working from somewhere other than your current placement? These are examples of when your impulses halt the natural outreaches of your energetic being. Do you still live in the same place that you did when you're 5 years old? No, you've moved on. Examine whether you are still reacting in the same ways, building the same bridges that you did years ago. This is where humans plug up the resources that naturally flow to them. We wish to release the dam. And he said, yeah, go right ahead, release it. We mark we mark the enthusiasm for this natural outreach of your energetic source. To see the human as the physical frame, the sensory loaded object is a mistake, a misnomer, misidentifying yourself. Say you could look into the mirror but only see your headshot. Would this be reflective of your entire being? No, there's more of you. There are feet and toes and hands and stomach and belly button. The same is true for you. Remember as you go forth that your energy stream goes forth with thee, connecting thee to others in your general vicinity. And by others, we do not mean those purely in human form. We wish you to see beyond your myopic, limited scopes. You are doing well. And they said, darling one, you encapsulate the possibilities of tomorrow and today. Relax and enjoy the outreach of your extended self. Be present for this moment and the ones to follow. We shall engage with the brother, and then they retreat into silence. So yeah, that's an interesting one. But it's interesting. I found it was interesting that the energy you're connected to all those in your general vicinity, and you know that it's not just talk about the energy, your own personal energy. It's impacts others around you. It's not just your personal energy, but affects all those around you too. What resonates with you, Maureen?
Yeah, I think it's a repeat of the previous message from the one is that, you're not a single being. You're literally connected to other beings, and life works best when you are connected and moving on the whole. It's like the analogy of like one wave trying to go in a different direction. Well, you can try. It's not going to really work. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I thank you for pulling this one up because I think it's perfect reflection of the previous message from the one. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I'll go to the next one from June 7th, 2026, which I wrote when I channeled it. A good one. My note to myself, we encircle and compass your physical frame and encourage you to foster loving relationships with all. The point of power is spreading the love contained within your heart to other beings. That's why Christmas feels so good, or Easter, stuffing Easter boxes. It's the giving, the receiving, the sharing of the warmth of love through these ritualistic practices. Now we wish to concern ourselves with the alignment of your cellular beings. Imagine a flower that does not receive the sun. Imagine a child that is sickly or requires an extra nutrients. Are you feeding yourself what you desire? Consider this question. Say you're a man, opt for a walk, you desire physical activity. We would say it would be best to include multiple opportunities to expand yourself on such a simple adventure. By walking, yes, you do exercise. However, there are other benefits. The natural radiant rays of the sun falls upon you. There's an opportunity to see something outside of your own four walls. Perhaps you observe a couple embracing, which urges you to reconsider your own relationship. Perhaps you try a new path and see a new avenue, literally or figuratively, for you to take forward. We notice that much is done within the confines of your routine spaces, the gym, the office, the home, a neighbor's home, a friend's home. We set the task before you to try and engage with new opportunities on a regular basis. Then they said, we adjust our previous statement. We do not wish to encourage or discourage. We only provide information, and the action that you take is always correct. There are no exceptions. We see many humans worrying about making the right decision, but every decision opens up a new avenue for you and your benefit. The Creator would never wish any harm to fall on any one of his or her beloved children. You are cherished, adored, and rightly so. So, do we say to not put any thought into a decision? No, of course, that does not work within your cellular reality. However, we wish for humans to remove recourse and remorse from their daily attributions, knowing that every path is one that moves them forward in love and light. Every path brings them closer to the fullest fruition of the expansion of love. Every path is truly their intended state of being. We see you understand. You caught a glimpse of us this morning. And then I said, yeah, I did. And you know what surprised me? Well, first of all, I had my sleep mask on and I could still see, which just proves that I'm seeing with my pineal gland, not with my eyes. And what surprised me, and I told them, I'm like, please don't take this personally. But a lot of times when I see these divine figures, like the portions of their face are like divinely perfect. And these guys, which I told them, like, you were very, very handsome, but they look like normal people, like they did not have divine perfectly proportions. And I said, I remember the one guy had a beard, and then they started to laugh and they said, we are divinely perfect, dear one, as are all who look upon themselves in the mirror. The cherished ones of you who you speak do not resemble fully what the representation of your eyes are so enamored with. We shall speak no more of this matter, but we appreciate you recognizing our beauty. What are we doing? You often wonder. You assume we are sending you light. Our task is much more involved. Say you had a complicated machine that required a host of attendants to fully monitor and keep this machine running in an optimal way. This is the case with you, darling daughter. We are manipulating what you cannot see, that which surrounds you. And just because you cannot see your energetic form does not mean that it does not require attention. Would you be able to repair your car, your cell phone, your television? No, you go to the experts. It cannot be explained to you. In a similar way, it is a manipulation of the energetic forms that surround you. In this way, we benefit you and all those that you encounter. The brother observes the same dynamic through his sensory modes. We wish for others too. Look up to the heavens. down below the earth and partner with the heavenly brethren to receive the optimal function of their selves. You should do well today and every day going forth. Be blessed by the greatest one and know that we treasure our delightful encounters with both of you. So, Brian, I mean, that is amazing. And yeah, I mean, I've always said I see these divine beings and they're sending me light. And now I know why. It's more than just sending me light.
Yeah. I like the analogy, you're a complicated machine and like would you repair your own car and stuff and I know so they're always working on me too and I think in the past they mentioned this. I don't know if we talked about this, but I said, man, it seems like they're always I thought, oh, at some point they're no, you're good. No, they're constantly, you know, and they said it's like building a bridge, it's very complicated and it's going to take a long time. So yeah, I thought that. And then the other thing is, yeah, I mean, I think neither of us live with any remorse and always trust that whatever happens is for, the divine reason. But yeah, it's interesting. I think this is helpful for people that don't live with remorse or worry about making the wrong decision. I thought that was a great advice as well.
And I loved their correction of me when I was like, yeah, I did see you. And, you don't look, divinely perfect. And I love their correction. We are divinely perfect. As
Yeah,
is everyone
as
who looks
everyone
in the
is.
mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone who looks in the mirror. Like, I don't care, you think you have a pimple or too many wrinkles or whatever your issue is, you are divinely perfect. I love that correction. I mean, I just absolutely love that correction.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we're going to go on with the closing. Boy, this is a long prayer, longer than others we've received, but boy, it's a powerful one. Brian, you want to close us off?
Yeah, so this was from March 31st of 2026, a new prayer for worries. We speak with you now. We congratulate you on the singular nature of your true calling to connect with the brother and its wives encapsulate his loving presence within the loving abode of his domicile. We congratulate the earlier advanced warning of frictionless systems which you presently engage with. We provide examples of these systems. We encapsulate you and your brother's embodied functions now and work to distribute equal shares of menial matters. We engage with the frightful stuff of humanity's core existence. Imagine you were driving down the lane. Can you focus on the cow in the field, the child riding a bike on the sidewalk? No. Your eyes must be straight ahead, observing, noticing your surroundings, the car behind you, the car passing you to the left, noticing your speed, gauging the distance between you and another. You regulate these functions. You regulate these multiple functions without a second nature. You do not break them down as do not break them down as foot on the gas pedal, head swivel to tilt the mirror. However, these are just practices that one must begin as one enters in the fully realized astral state you were meant to embody. The first step is the breath, of course, noticing the shallowness or depth of the breath throughout the day and night. The second is the energetic cords. These shall pull you in the natural inclination of your soul's desire. When you're being generally pulled and release obstruction, the path ahead moves jauntily along. Resistance and worries, fear and worries obstruct the natural way, causing diversions that are painful for you and for those who assist you. So imagine you're going down a toboggan run, you take your eyes off the path ahead and miss a turn going into heavy snow and underbrush. This will hurt your progress. It will not get you to where you're meant to be. Follow the pull, it's a natural inclination. For those who listen to their cellular devices, these objects have been particularly constructed to advance confusion in the mind. Recognize this. darling children of the light, we obfuscate the natural inclination of humans to clump together in worry lumps. Do you have a worry lump? Someone that you call when the shit hits the fan, when life derails, when you're experiencing unpleasant sensory projections? Abandon these worry clumps. They serve you no more. And you said, yeah, I like the idea of a worry clump. It's a good visual. Now we begin to recite a heavenly prayer we wish for you to engage with in times of stress and worry. So let me just pause there before we get into the prayer. What do you think of their message about, not only the word clumps, but just the steps that they go through here?
Well, my favorite is to remember that your cellular device has been particularly constructed to advance confusion in the mind.
Yeah.
And and you think about it like, they've studied like attention spans, attention spans like 10 years ago or 20 years ago before the phone were like, I don't know, 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Now people have like an attention span of like literally 2 seconds. The website you're trying to load takes more than like the snap of your finger, and you're like, what? So yeah, that is the one that really stands out for me. Yeah, what about for you, brother?
Yeah, I definitely can relate to that. It's amazing how we've talked about that multiple times, but even that, you know, it talks about just driving, how you're not realizing, yeah, everything that's going on during your driving process. And, and so, yeah, that related me as well. But anyway, I'll get into the prayer. So this is a prayer that, we recommend if you have worries or any. We actually just recite this every day.
I do.
So
I
yeah,
recite it every day.
yeah. So
Yeah. It's a
yeah.
good blanket prayer too. I've got a whole book of them now, but yeah, it's a good one. So yeah.
So it goes on. It says, so here's the prayer. I'm free from what does not serve me. I follow the natural inclination of my soul's true desires without hesitation, fear, or worry. I trust in those who carefully abide by the laws of the One, and I'm grateful for their eternal presence at my side. Their loving hands surely support me, whether in times of gleeful abandon or desolate woe. I am commanding my language to encourage all those within the rightful abodes to assist in all matters pertaining to my greater well-being, whether in this physical realm or in another. I'm confidently divinely protected and shielded from all harmful energies, whether created by myself, by the governments who declare their intent to be for my well-being, or for myself. I'm grateful for this bodily experience, and it allows me to truncate my existence into the highest possible reality. Thank you, one and all, for your loving attention to these words. What do you think, Maureen?
Oh, I mean, I just love this. I mean, I really, really love this. And some of my favorite sentences is to carefully about your guides. Their loving hands surely support me, whether in times of gleeful abandon or desolate woe. Yeah, I'm confidently, divinely protected and shielded from all harmful energies. I just think that's a good one to say, the big
Yeah,
one- once a day. And then the one that surprised me, and this is where you can tell that it's channeled because Brian, is truncate a word that I use in my vocabulary? I mean, I actually had to look that up. I'm like, what the heck is this? But it actually makes sense. It says, I'm grateful for this bodily experience, which allows me to truncate, which means shorten. Being on this earth allows you to, accelerate your, ascension into a higher realm. So, yeah, truncate is not in my vocabulary, brother, right?
yeah. Yeah, I know. It's now I'm used to it because we say it all the time, but yeah, it's sort of different. And it's like we've talked about, you're supported through, and you've got this whole team of guides and angels and, you know, ancestors that are there to support you. So, but it's just a great prayer that sums it all up. And so we recommend that you incorporate that into your prayers if it resonates with you. So
Yeah. And so, yeah, we'll end with a preview of next week, which is, I love this one, Brian. It's, life never ends. And especially those who may have experienced a recent loss, or, it's about, that there is no death and that the bonds of love are unbreakable, so whoever you loved, they, those bonds are unbreakable. So that's a powerful one to look forward to, right?
yeah, looking forward to it, Maureen. Thanks.
Yeah. And thank you for putting this together. We'll talk to everybody next week.
Bye, everyone.